apart from having the tag functionality in our website, something else you also want to consider is having a search functionality. For example, when the user, like on our site, when the user searches for something like, let's say, boats, then first they get the category associated with this boat. That is, they get all the categories that have the name boots. Then they also get the products that have the name boots. So if here we had 20 products, we would get 20 products with the name boots, you can see. So it will be very easy for them to like add to cart, or even maybe add to wish list, and wish list that product, and wish list on that product. It will be very easy. So that is what we are going to be implementing in this tutorial. So to do that, it's like really quite easy. All you have to do is create a function to get this name. So it's we are querying our database. So to do that, we'll go back to our code editor, and then we are going to create a view function called search view. So just create it the same way I've done it over here. So here I said define search view. You can see define search view. Then I pass request. Then I pass request. Then of course, before we continue with this other implementation, we render. Let me. There's no. It's this part. Yes, we return render. We render request. Our search.html, the location whereby we are going to map, whereby we are going to show all those products that we have got from this search functionality. So it's return render request, then call search.html, then you also pass context. I'm going to show you how to create this search.html in a few. So now to explain this implementation is we create the search view. Then the next parameter we pass is this query. We say query is equals to request dot get queue. This means we from request we're using the method get. Then what we want to do is we want to get queue. This queue is on base.html. Let me show you. Let me just go back. Queue is the name we pass over here. In this case, if I pass boots, this boots is gotten based on the name queue. So I'm just passing a name queue on my HTML. So the way I'm doing that is like on my base.html, just go to base.html. If you've been following along on this form action, you can see it's form action. Then the URL, I'm going to talk to you on this in a bit. Then the method is get. This method is get. So it's request.get. Then from this get method, you want to get queue. This queue is this name queue. The name you pass over here, this name should be the same name you pass over here. So on this name is within this input text. You see we have an input type text. The placeholder is search for items. And this is where we have the input. So that's what I was saying. When I pass boots, this boot is kind of converted to, like when I click submit, then the submit button gets queue, and that queue, it's this name. Quite simple. So all you have to remember here is it should be within a form. So this form action, and this form, if you have been following along, is within base.html. You can locate it on maybe line 222. Just search for something that you can identify with it. With this or option category, like the way I've done it over here. Form action, pass this URL the same way I've passed it over here. I'm going to show you how to do this. Then the method is get. Then from this get, we want to get the name queue. We want to get the name that we are passing on this input text. So to get this, I'm representing this name with a name called queue. So on this input text, make sure that the name is queue, or whatever name you pass it over here, make sure it's the same name you pass over here. I hope that's clear. You have used this method most of the time, so I think that should be very clear. Then something else you also have to insist on is if you have a button, make sure that the type is submit, because you want to submit The type should be submit. Now, once that has been done, the next query here we are saying is from products, I'm saying product, that is our class product from our model. I want to get, I'm getting the objects and then I'm filtering the object whereby the title is in this query. You see, so I'm using a Django built-in. I don't know what to call it. A function. It's called title I contains. So it's title two underscores. These are two underscores. Title two underscores I contains. This I contains should be query. We want to get the title that contains this query from products. The same thing I'm doing with category. I'm saying categories is equals to category from all the categories that I have. If I can show you this quickly, I'm just going to duplicate this and then go to admin. You can see I have categories. We have these categories like loafers, formal shoes, boots, slippers and sandals, sneakers, women and men. And then I have all these products. Then I have all these products that I have on my database. So what I'm saying simply is I pass a query and then I'm getting this queue from that input text. Then I'm saying from product class on our model, I'm filtering the product that contains this query that I'm passing over here. Also, I'm also getting the category that also contains the name of this query I'm getting over here. It's quite simple. Then you don't have to include this. This was for me including extra parameters on my page. But if you want to, if you've been following along, you can also include this of the day. So just say this of the day is equals to product.objects.filter. I think you've done this in the past. Other product status, they should be date of the day. Then product status should be published. Then make sure you order by ID. Quite simple. Then after that, you just have to pass context. You say products. Uh, we're using the name products, yeah, name categories, and then the name query. This is the most important part. If you're passing this, also make sure to pass it over here. So you're passing the query, you're passing the categories, and also you're passing the product. It's quite simple. Yes, quite simple. Now, once that has been done, then we are done with this search functionality. The only thing we need to do is we need to create a search.html, and we also need to create a URL to map the search view. So to do that, just go to your URLs, then make sure to have a URL search. So like they have passed it over here. So it's path, the path I want is search. Then I'm getting our view. In this case, it's views.search view. Then I'm also setting the name to search, That's why I said I will explain this later. This search, you're using this search here on this base. You see here on form action, we have a URL search. That is when we click this button search, when with the submit type, with the type submit, when we click the button search, we will be redirected to the page search view. So to show you by example, if I search for boots, then I click enter, I'm redirected to search, then use of that query name. The query name is equals to boots. Pretty cool, eh? Then the filter, the first filter is by category, like the one I show, like the way I said it over here. Categories is equals to category.objects.filter title contain. We filtering the category that has this title. In this case, we have a category with the name boots. If you go to categories over here, I have a category with the name boots. You see, I have a boots name over here. So the first thing that I get is that category with the name boots. And also something else that I get on search is the item with the name boots. You can see I have a handmade Chelsea boots. So those are two gets from that search functionality. If I just click on this category like that, then it just filters. Although that functionality, I think we haven't implemented that yet, but for now, just know you should get the category and also you should get this product. It should be something like this. You get the category and also you get that product. It should be quite easy. Yeah, I think that has been explained. The only thing now I need to show you is how to get this search.html content. So to do that, just create a HTML file under templates. In this case, it's under templates, then call create a search.html, like we have done it over here, search.html. So on this search, this content, like the way we did on the tags, just copy the code on product list, this whole code, just copy all of it, control A, and then control, and then paste it on search view. It's the same code we are using. It's the same code we are using. If you don't have that part of the code, then the only thing you need to do and know is what we are getting is we want to get the product. So in this case, this is the product we want to get. So in my case, it's for pin products, then N4, it's that one product, and then we loop through, like I explained before. Also, something you also want to get is the category. So it's category, where's categories? It's this part of the categories, this div class. So if you want to get the categories, you can just say for pin categories, you get all those categories with that name, and the functionality is going to work correctly. And that's it for this implementation. If I can do a quick recap, like I usually do all the time. So just know that we're creating a function, search view, and then we're passing request. Then we're setting a variable name called query. We're saying request.get.get. Now request.get is you're using the get method. Then under the get method, we're using the get parameter to get the name that we are passing in that query. And this query is within this input. Is it on base? Yes, it's here. Yeah, this query is within this input. You see, name query is whatever we're getting over here. We're representing it with the name Q. If you pass the name like product, name like what? Name like item, something like that. Let's say the name is equals to item. Then here, what you want to do, it should be query is equals to request.get.get. Then here should be item. There should be something like that. I'm going to stick with Q. I'm going to stick with Q like that. You get whatever you pass over here. And also on this form class, make sure the method here is set to get, not post. And also you have this action with the URL call search. That is when we click this search functionality, we are going to be redirected to search. Then after getting that item, after getting this item Q, when we search, then what we want to do, we want to get the product and the category that has this name. So to do that, we're setting a variable name products, and then we are saying from all the products, we are filtering the item that has this name query. The same thing with the categories. From all the categories we have on our model, we are filtering all the categories that have a similar name provided in this query. You can leave this. This is an extra line of code for styling the page. Don't have to worry about it. Then you make sure to pass context, that is products, then categories, and the query. So for this product part, this context is this one we are using over here. For example, on search, you can see for scene categories and for categories, then we have product, then we have query, the one we are using over here. For products, it's this one. We have done this so many times, so I don't think it should be a problem for you. It's this one. For pin products, we're getting all those products. And once you do that, then the implementation will be very easy. If I can just do one more example, let's say, for example, I want to filter a product with the name sneaker. If I just search sneaker, Then I get, what I get is a category sneaker. If I click on sneaker, I get all those shoes within that category sneaker. So if I hand a shoe that I hand the name sneaker, then I would get it over here automatically. If I search for something else, let's say, I don't know if I have multiple slippers. Let me see. Loafers. No, I want something that has formal shoes. Let me see. We have one boots, one boot, sandals and slippers. Now let's say I search for slippers. Let me just use the name slippers. Slippers. When we search, I filter by category that has the name slippers. You can see. I also filter by product. We found two items that have the name slippers. So we have the guest slippers and we also have the sheepskin slipper. I hope that's good, and I hope my explanation was up to point. And that's it for this tutorial. Thank you.